A very good morning in a very good monsoon season. Yes, again, the rainy atmosphere and even the forecast of a good, maybe heavy rain. So, in the beginning of our session, let me suggest not to go outside, stay indoor, take care of yourself and your family. With this suggestion, let's start the numerical questions of chapter 6. We already studied some theories in our last session. Or there, obviously, in admission and retirement, there will not be any meaning or something like that. But the circumstances, yes, and 2, voluntary retirement, and as per Partnership Act 1932. We discussed all that. You know the weightage, that is 8 plus 1, 9 marks. But the very important thing is, that out of that 9 marks, they are not going to ask any short question, like in admission. But still, we are going to solve it. Now from the experience of admission chapter, definitely you will come to know that if you don't know short questions of profit and loss ratio and goodwill, 101% you will facing some problems in long question. You have to suffer. So the only best alternate for both of us is to have proper digital partnership and to go through short questions regularly on a daily basis. Because to solve a short question will take maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. So you yourself imagine, if you just sit for 1 hour with that predetermined goal of solving short questions, just 1 hour, but with dedication, then you can solve the entire admission chapter. In reference of short questions, I am saying. Yes. Why is it so? Because in that case, you will be able to solve 12 questions. And obviously, when revision is there, you should not copy the things you already did in previous question. What does it mean? You should solve 12 different methods. Not question like 1, 2, 3. And if you solve 12 different methods, let me tell you, even that many methods are not there in admission chapter. So within 1 hour you can solve the entire concept of short question of admission chapter. Okay? In retirement, for retirement, we are having only 13 short questions of P&L account. And out of that 13, if you go through the methods, you may have only 6 or 8 methods. For goodwill, you have 3-4 methods. So net, in this chapter, if you sit for 1 hour, you can solve the entire P&L account as well as goodwill concerns. But it should be with discipline. It should be regular enough. Okay? If you think once in a week, let's take weekends, Saturday, Sunday. On Saturday, solve all the methodical short questions of accounts. On Sunday, anything remaining on Saturday in the morning of Sunday, and then Saturday 6. Mind well, it will not take 10, 12, 15 hours. For chapter 1, you have to solve 10 methods. For chapter 3, goodwill, maximum 5 questions. Maximum 5 different methods. So 10 plus 5, 15. Chapter 4, reconstruction, sacrifice ratio, gain ratio, and journal entries. Only 3 questions. 18. Then approximately 12 to 15 different methods of admission short question. So 30 and approximately 10 in retirement. 40 questions if you solved the entire accountancy portion up to end of retirement, it will be over. And if 5 minutes a question, average, because in sacrifice and gain, you are not going to take 5 minutes, but still if average 5 minutes, 40 questions, very, very simple. The net requirement is 200 minutes. Maximum 4 hours, that is 240 minutes. By giving 4 hours a week, you can solve all the methods once in a week. Just imagine. But planning is needed, and if that plan is only on the paper, has no use. So regular implementation and such regularity is known as disciplined work. Okay? If you do it, after a month you can come to know. Because in a month you already sold for 4 times. Weekly. So 4 times you sold in a month. After a month you can come to know that you are having some extraordinary grip in short questions. And when short questions are very clear, make sure in chapter 1 you will get full marks. Chapter 3 again full marks. Chapter 4 full marks. Chapter 5 and 6 you are not going to face any problem in long questions. Okay? And I mean it. Whatever I am saying, I mean it. Because students like you are saying the same thing. Passed out students, your senior one. They are saying the same thing. That sir, we did like this. And we are very comfortable in our day-to-day study. Okay? It all depends. For that kind of matter also, definitely you can take our guidance whenever it is needed. But implementation from your end. Okay? With this, continuing, rather starting, first question of exercise 3. Initial is retirement or death is the name of the chapter. The question, X, Y, Z are the partners sharing profit loss in the ratio of 5:3:2. Z retires. Old ratio. In every question, naturally we are going to do the same manner. Old ratio, new ratio. 5:3:2. Okay? Then, new ratio. What it is? Actually it is not given. But they say Z retires. So, no clarification. So, new ratio is 5:3. Even you can write the total 10 and 8. Now here, because it is the chapter of retirement, we are going to find gain, not sacrifice. Okay? Why is it so? See, you may have a question in your mind. Why to find gain, not sacrifice? Very, very simple. As usual, as per our traditional trademark, we can say. Let's take an example. A, B, C, three partners. Simple example, huh? 1:1:1 ratio, equal. Having profit 300 rupees. So can I say each one is having 100, 100, 100? See, I can do all those things over here, but I don't want to. Use your brain. Do concentrate. Again, three partners, A, B, C. Ratio 1:1:1. Clear? 300 profit. So each one is going to get 100, 100, 100. Now C retires. C retires. What will happen? Again, the profit will remain same. Profit will remain same. That is rupees 300. In that case, naturally, it will be distributed between A and B equally. So what A and B will get? What A and B will get? 150, 150. So can I say, previously they were getting 100, and now they are getting 150. So due to retirement of C, A and B are gaining. But obviously, part ocha tosha. Previously there were three parts, three distribution, 1/3. Now 1/2. It's very simple. Okay? So always due to retirement, the matter of gain occurs. Here, the ratio, the formula. Take care, it's not gain ratio, it's gain. Gain equals to new ratio, new share you can write, minus old ratio. Okay? So A, not A but XY, X and Y. X 5 by new ratio first. Take care. If you are having a habit of addition chapter, old minus new, then you have to take care of it. 5 minus 8. 5 upon 8, I'm sorry. Minus 5 upon 10. In case of Y, 3 upon 8 minus 3 upon 10. Can do the calculation very easily, and you must. Okay, as per our traditional pattern, most simple, 8 tens are 80, 50 minus 40, 10 5s are 8 5s are, okay? So 10 upon 80. Here, again 80, 10 3s are, 8 3s are. So, gain ratio equals to 10 is to 6 equals to 5 is to 3. Now you can check. Here gain ratio 5 is to 3. New ratio 5 is to 3. And even for X and Y, old ratio 5 is to 3. What does it mean? Very, very simple. Very simple. Like first method of admission. Here also, whenever old ratio and new ratio, means if only old ratio is given, see, in this ratio what they verified? X, Y, Z are the partners, sharing profit comes into 5 to 3 to 2. Z retires. No clarification of new ratio, no verification of gain, no other data given to us. In that case, when only old ratio is given, always existing partners, old ratio, new ratio and gain ratio must be similar. See, we must use the word same. We should not use the word equal, because here equal means 1:1. Same means whatever is old, the same is new, the same is gain. Like in this question, it is 5:3. Is that clear? See, now this kind of questions, and if you are saying that you are going to spend 5 minutes for this, it's really something odd, a matter of shame for us. So, what I personally believe, easily within 2 to 2.5 minutes you can solve this kind of question. Why I am saying 5 minutes? Because for revision we are taking average 5 minutes. Okay? Let's go through the next question. That is second. A, B, C are partners. Let's use this one. Exercise 3. Second question. Here we completed first question. A, B, C are partners sharing profit loss in the ratio of 1/2, 1/3 and 1/6. Then 3 circumstances again. If A retires, what happens? If B retires, what happens? And if C retires, what happens? Means about the new ratio. So indirectly I can say 3 different questions, but basically the same method. Why is it so? Because only old ratio is given. But you know one thing? Here the problem is there are so many students having this problem. Old ratio. See, I am just transferring the data from question 1/2, 1/3, 1/6. You must confess by your own. I am not going to ask you, but I am having that assurance that at least 5 to 10% of you people are facing problem in this kind of fraction based ratio. Here, what you are doing? You are doing 2:3:6, which is wrong. Which is obviously wrong. What you should do? You should consider denominator same. So you should make 6 for everyone. So therefore, the ratio should be. See, no need to do this kind of things. I'm just explaining. Here 2, I want to have 6 as denominator. Okay? Then 1/3, 2/2. So, what the ratio will be? 3/6, 2/6, 1/6. So the old ratio. Finally 3:2:1. Is that clear? For you people, no need to do this step. If you can easily understand that from this, it will come 3:2:1. But if you are not understanding how this 3:2:1 comes, obviously do practice this. Okay? Now what they say? First, A if the partner's name A, B, C. So if A retires, okay, obviously the formula new ratio equals to what should be? Actually, we are not going to find new ratio. See, whatever I am doing, if you are just copying, if you are sitting silently without using your brain, definitely it will create a problem. What we are finding? It's already there. It's already there in the question. Yes, even in the previous question, we are finding gain. Okay? So gain equals to new ratio minus old ratio. Now here A retires. So B and C, only two partners. B and C. Now B and C's ratio, that is 2:1. So can say in this case, new ratio is 2:1. Because no clarification, so 3 removed and 2:1 is a new ratio. So 2/3 minus old ratio, that is 2/6. Okay? So what should be 6 3s are 18. 12 minus 6 equals to 6 upon 18. For C, again 18, then 6 minus 3, so 3 upon 18. Denominator is same, so can say 6 upon 18, 3 upon 18, so 2/6, 1/6. So net you can easily check again you can check that their old ratio, that is 2:1. The new ratio 2:1, and that gain, not sacrifice, 2:1. Similar like this, because you can check the data. You can check the data. In the data given to you in the question, only old ratio is given. Okay? No new ratio, no gain, nothing clarifies. Let's continue the same question. Though it's very easy, as we already started, let's compare it. Second option. If B retires. See here, if you have any problem related to new ratio, we can write new ratio. When A retires, 3 removed, 2:1. Okay? In the same way, if B retires, what will happen? B removed. So A and C's ratio, that is 3:1. New ratio 3:1, because B retires. Now the formula, gain equals to new ratio minus old ratio. So here only A and C. A, new ratio 3/4, 1/4. Then minus 3/6, 1/6. Is that clear? Odd ratio. So now 24, 6 3s are 18 minus 12. So 6/24. Over here 24. Then what should be? 6 1s are 6. 4. So net it is 2/24. So what will happen? What will happen next? Denominator is 24. So 6 is to 2. You can take 3/12. 1/12. So overall gain ratio will be 3:1. Now again check in the same way. Please go through it again. Check it. The odd ratio of A and C. Odd ratio of A and C. That is 3:1. A and C only. You are not supposed to take B into picture because B is retiring. New ratio of A and C. It is 3:1. And gain ratio of A and C. Again 3:1. See, out of 12 questions of P&L ratio, out of 12 questions or 13 questions of P&L ratio, even they are giving 2-3 questions like this, which is extremely easy to even understand also. Okay? Next one. Next. If C retires, I know you can do it by your own. Some of you may already started, but it's my duty also, so let me also do. If C retires, okay, new ratio. Actually, when C is retiring, A and B, only 2, that is 3:2. Formula. Gain equals to new ratio minus old ratio. A and B only because he is retiring. New ratio 3/5 and 2/5 minus old ratio, that is 3/6 and 2/6. See, every time I am not writing old ratio in the answer because this is a single question. Question 2. Old ratio will remain same, 3:2:1. So once we write it, we are using the same in every question, in every option. Okay? But new ratio is changing. Over here 2:1, over here 3:1, over here 3:2. So that we are mentioning. So it becomes easy for us by taking new ratio. Now, the normal table ratio. 6 5s are 30. Then 6 3s are 18 minus 15 equals to 130. Okay? Then over here being 30, 6 2s are 12 minus 10, so 2/30. Please take care, you are not supposed to divide because if you divide Here it is 1 upon 10. Here it is 1 upon 15. So denominator changes, which is not valid. So better option, you just take the numerator and therefore gain ratio equals to 3 is to 2. So for the last time in this type of question, again you can check new ratio of A and B, that is 3 is to 2. Odd ratio of A and B, again 3 is to 2. Then gain ratio of A and B, again the same 3 is to 2. Can we give a particular name to this method? Yes. આપણે નામ પાડવાનું છે. You want to give a title. Chapter 6 you know everywhere. When only odd ratio is given. Only odd ratio is given. Okay? See in first question also, only odd ratio is given. Second question, 1, 2, 3, 3 options, but only odd ratio is given. Nothing new. Nothing new means no new ratio, no clarification of gain, everything is given. So in that case, always odd ratio, gain ratio and new ratio of existing partners. Existing partners means what? Remaining partner. You can use that word also. It is easy for you to understand. Odd ratio, gain ratio and new ratio of remaining partner. Remaining એટલે retired થાય એ સિવાયના. That is remaining. Okay? Odd ratio, gain ratio, new ratio of remaining partner will always remain same. Same means whatever is odd ratio, the same is new ratio, the same is gain ratio. Is it clear? Good. Let's move further. First of all, giving you maybe 10 seconds. Just go through it. If you have any doubt, any queries, just do a proper tick mark. But I'm sure you are not going to have any kind of doubt in this kind of easy question. Okay? If nothing is there, in that case, we can start next question. Next question means, what is it? Yes, that is question number 3. Any problem in this? If not, then let me remove at least this portion. Okay? You just go through question number 3 because something good is there. In percentage they gave something. Removing this also, I am sure you will not require this. Percentage. Odd ratio is given to percentage. It's very easy if you use your common sense. But sometimes, if the students feel the ratio must be given in that is to format, in that case, always students suffer because they are stuck up. They block themselves. That this is percentage. What to do? What do you mean by what to do? It's very simple. Just think, nothing else. Okay? Here, let's go to the question first. The question is somewhat like that. Question is somewhat like that. P, Q and R. P, Q and R, three partners, sharing profit loss in the ratio of 40%, 20% and 40% respectively. So at first sight only, you can easily come to know the ratio can be 4:2:4. Okay? But when 4:2:4, you can even do 2:1:2. Q retires. The second partner retires. Now if this much data is given, it is similar like the first question. But here they say P is acquiring 3/20 and R is acquiring 1/20 from Q's share. So can we say here gain is given? Can we say like that? Here gain is already given. Okay? So we can have the title like this. When actually odd ratio is given everywhere. So I am not writing when odd ratio and gain. Only odd ratio was a different case. When partners gain is given. Okay? This is, we can say, the title of our method. Now, exercise 3, question 3. Odd ratio. It is, let's do the same. 40% is to 20% is to 40%. Equals to 4 is to 2 is to 4. 2 is to 1 is to 2. Total 5. Okay? Now, instead of doing like this, if you directly write 2 is to 1 is to 2, it is 101% correct. Don't worry at all. See, I am doing it like this just because I don't want that even a single student should have some confusion. Even a single student should not suffer. So I am going very much into deep that this is percentage. So just by removing the percentage sign, 40, 20, 40, the same data given in the question. By removing 0, 4 to 4. Then by dividing 2, 2, 1, 2. But if you can apply your common sense, it's a matter of joke. So directly you can write 2 is to 1 is to 2 and can say your valuable time. So further they say Q retires. It is important to write that also. Q retires. And here is gain, not A, P. P and R. P is gain 3/20. R's gain, it's already given in the question, 1/20. Okay? Can I say, therefore, gain ratio, denominator is same, so 3 is to 1. But here we wanted to find new P&L ratio. Okay? New ratio equals to, say now in admission chapter, the formula of new ratio was new ratio equals to old ratio minus sacrifice. Why is it so? Because when a partner was admitted, I am talking about chapter admission. When a partner was admitted in the firm, the old partners are going to sacrifice, and sacrifice sign always shows some reduction. Okay? But here, when a partner retires, the remaining existing partner are going to get benefit. So, new ratio equals to old ratio plus, most important, if you do minus, everything will be 0. L ratio plus gain. Here gain is already given 3 by 20, 1 by 20. So you write the name only, P and R. Old ratio. What is the old ratio? 2 upon 5. 1 upon 5. Then plus gain 3 by 20. 1 by 20. Is that okay? Same pattern of LCM. Multiplication. 100. 22s are 40. 5 3s are. You have to take care of the sign. It must be plus, not minus. So net 55 upon 100. Over here, again the denominator will remain same. 21s are 20. 5 1s are 5. Is it okay? Then what to do? 21s are and 5 1s are. Total 25 upon 100. Is there any problem? Check. Check twice. Is there any problem? You tell them. If you have any problem, we will solve it out. But you must understand. Is there any problem or not? Sure? Check twice. Again I am saying. Check twice. The problem is you're not getting it. Here it should not be 1 by 5. See, if I am doing something to make you confused, and if you are copying the same, you have to suffer. Here it should be 2 by 5. Because out of this grade, this is of P, Q, R. You are not supposed to write this, huh? So P is having 2 by 5. R also having 2 by 5. Okay? See why I did this? Just to make you realize that if you are committing a small mistake, the new ratio will entirely something wrong. When the new ratio is wrong, naturally you are going to distribute your goodwill or sometimes your profit in some wrong ratio. 2 by 5 plus 1 by 5. So 22s are, that is, see how can you come to know whether you committed a mistake or not? Here you are finding ratio. And when you are finding ratio, always your denominator must be equals to the sum total of numerator. Now previously we were having 25. 55 plus 25 comes to 80. The denominator is 100. It's wrong. That's why I am saying always check properly. So here, therefore, new ratio equals to 55 is to 45. equals to, obviously can divide by 5. 11 is to 9. This is the answer of new ratio. Goodwill and everything may affect this, even the closing capital and so many topics. Okay? So please do take care twice, thrice before doing anything, before taking any amount. As I say, if here by mistake you take 1 by 5, this one will be wrong. And when this is wrong, your closing capital will get affected, and definitely you may have to lose 2 to 3 marks. So again, like admission, in this chapter also, let me say this short question. Actually they are not going to ask, but having the importance of 3 marks also. Because if these topics are wrong, it may affect your capital account, your cash or bank account, your balance sheet. Yes, this will not having any impact on revaluation. But out of 4 formats, only 1 format is correct. Definitely you are not going to get marks. Marks means full marks, which is our dream. Okay? So to make our dream come true, we have to do regular practice. So at the end of this session, again let me give you a reminder that by spending only 4 hours a week, you can solve all the short questions of account part 1. Yes, including next chapter, dissolution of partnership. Including next chapter. Maximum by spending 4 hours a week, you can solve all the questions. And see, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, then almost you can feel that. While starting the answer, you can feel, I know this. So instead of 4 hours, it may be completed within 3 hours. But you should not stop doing it. Okay? So, see you in next lecture, in next session. Again, we are going to solve few methods of short question. But as you know, within one session, we can solve 3 to 4 questions. Today, actually in this session, we solved 5 questions. 1, then 3 questions in question 2, and then question 3. So in this way, total 13. So in next session we do 3, 4, in next 3, 4, somewhat like that. And latest by next to next. After starting this, in 4th session, we will complete P&L ratio methods and we will start Goodwill method. And in Goodwill also very few questions. So, if you consider today's lecture as first lecture for numericals, within 6 lectures, including this, we will solve all the short questions of Goodwill and P&L ratio. Even within 5 questions. 5 lectures on questions. Okay? So take care. If you become lazy, this 5 lectures will pass like anything. Very speedy. So, Utho, Jago, and work to achieve your destination. Okay? Till then, take care of yourself. Again, it's a rainy season, so if possible, don't go outside unnecessarily and stay safe. Have a nice day.